Welcome to 10 Things We Love about festivals. This is a extra special one, not part of the weekly series. Going to go up a lot faster purely because it's festival season right now. A couple have already gone. We're hitting the end of July, beginning of August, and a couple of big ones, including one we're going to. Bloodstock's happening. Before that, though, for all of you watching, we're melting. If you're wondering why we look like we're dying, we're sweaty and stuff, it's simply because in England right now, it's a seriously hot day. Very hot day. 35 degrees Celsius plus, that kind of thing. Because of that as well, audio-wise, you might hear a little bit more background noise because, simply put, got to have all the windows open.
We're not used to this sort of heat, so we don't have aircon in houses much.
No, not at all. Happen. You know, this flat's normally great for like
yeah, we tend to build houses and stuff around. Let's try and keep the heat in.
Yeah.
And then every now and then a day like this happens, and you just can't get the fucking heat out.
So. Absolutely. So yeah, 10 things we love about festivals. Do you want to start?
Okay.
Go.
No particular order. Seeing a huge number of bands in a short space of time.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So you can kind of go through like a year, and you might go to 10, 15, 20 gigs, and then you go to one festival and you kind of double or triple. Or quadruple that in like that one sitting.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's just great time to like tick bands off bucket lists, find new bands, just people that maybe don't tour very often generally, but do quite a few festivals.
Yeah.
So yeah, generally the bands.
Yeah, I kind of double up on it in the sense that although your one's more expansive, mine was more often for me, I found it's a chance to see a band I never thought I'd have the chance to see. Either they're well out of my price range, what I'm willing to pay, or they're wrapping up their career, maybe only do like one tour. And I use Twisted Sister as an example. I'd never seen Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
They were wrapping up their careers, and a couple of years ago, I finally saw them at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
So, my same kind of thinking. It's often a good opportunity for that. As well, a lot of the times, just seeing... I forgot this one is in a... seeing bands I never would normally pay to see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, there's lots of bands, so this is my next one. Lots of bands that I like, but I'm not paying this. Yeah.
Quid or something,
Where it's like, oh, I'm at a festival. I mean, Bloodstock this year is going to have one, and one that got added after Code Orange. I'm not likely to pay for a Wild Heart show,
right. Okay, yeah, of course.
but if I can, I'll check him out. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as well, the chance to see up-and-coming bands.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of goes into my next one. So for new bands,
yeah,
it's just awesome to be able to like wander into a tent or up to a stage or whatever it might be, watch a band you never heard of, come out a fan of not one but multiple bands.
Yeah,
just a great opportunity to check out loads of bands while not really having to take a chance and buying a ticket or something like that because you're already there.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like freebies to a degree, aren't they?
It almost is, yeah, because you can literally poke your head in for 20 minutes and say the new blood at Bloodstock and be like, okay, they're cool or they're not cool and so on, and that's that. Yeah. All right. Real life. So, like, real life just basically disappears for a few days because you're in a field with like-minded individuals. And, like, in these festivals I've ever been to and stuff, like, it's almost like the real world doesn't exist anymore. I know it sounds weird because it is the real world still. But it's like you just kind of forget everything, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a similar one. I'll just put down, like, escapism. Essentially, it's like going on a package holiday catered exactly to your taste.
Yeah.
You're just away for a few days, escaping to your passions, away from the daily grinds of like work, cooking, cleaning, and general responsibility.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. All right, you go on then.
Atmosphere. I kind of connected to the same one, but just being in a field surrounded by like-minded people, family, friends, with nothing really to do other than just drink, laugh, and listen to music.
Yeah,
that's not just you as an individual. That's generally, I mean, a lot of mine is going to be based in Bloodstock because that's generally the festival I go to. But that's the mindset of pretty much the whole festival.
Yes.
So that's what creates a great atmosphere. It's not like you being there being irresponsible. Everyone's in the same boat and there for the same passion. So, yeah, it's a good atmosphere. It's nice and solid and safe and cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've basically got a similar one. Like-minded individuals. It's that spending that time with like-minded individuals. If you're at a big festival like Download, 50,000 people who effectively share the same creed.
Yeah.
Bloodstock is with maybe 20,000, smaller ones and so on. It's just like-minded individuals, everyone who, like-minded individuals, all mostly there for the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
All right, we're flying through this one.
Yeah. probably got similar things. I genuinely struggled to get the 10 on it. I really did.
Yeah.
It should be an easy one. Because when I put it down, I was thinking, all right, I'll go to Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Generally, that's the festival I go to. I've been to others, but only for days. I've never camped at other ones. And I was like, so what do I like about Bloodstock? And I was like, the music, the beer, the company. That's it.
Yeah.
So I had to start like expanding a bit.
Yeah.
So I did put memory kind of making music. So like these are the kind of I was there when moments. So I put a couple of examples down. So like being able to look back in time and say that you were there at Alien Weaponry's arrival.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or Gajira, or I'm on a Masked headline set.
Yeah.
Them sort of moments that I think are maybe not so much with the M1 one because they have headlines for other festivals around Scandinavia and that. But I think like in 20 years' time, that Gojira set, that Alien Weaponry set will still be things that people talk about as, that was the time Alien Weaponry, the first time everyone really believed that these guys were the next big thing. And to be part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think back to a Sonosphere, and this is less band specific, more like family, and it was nice, bright, and it was warm, and it was sunny, and we were seeing Real Big Fish, and they were doing a cover of Offspring Self-Esteem, and that stuck with me, and things like that, really.
You get those moments, but for my one, it's more like, like you see it with other festivals, like, say, for example, this year with Sabaton stepping in for
Man of War.
The Delinquents, Man of War.
Yeah.
And then the stuff with Whacking sitting there eating. And
I was like, Whacking? What? As in festival? But no, you mean the singer Whacking,
sitting there eating food and all that.
Yeah.
I love the video of that.
Yep.
I would love to be able to say I was there when that happened.
Yeah, because it's a one-time only thing.
And I see people like maybe last year or whatever put the Alien Weaponry video up. And I've seen Alien Weaponry put the video up. Or some clips from their show there. And you see 10,000 people commenting, going, that looks amazing. Yeah. And then you can, in your head or whatever, you're like, I was there.
Yeah, you were there. You were part of that, exactly.
It was amazing.
Yeah. All right, my next one, short sets. So that basically, the reason why I put this in the sense, like it's good for someone for a festival, or love for a festival, is no one ever stays there welcome. We've all been there, we've seen a band, you might even like them and stuff like that, and it's just like, an hour and a half can feel like a long time if you're there, like not blowing it out of the water. Whereas like with this, if it's a small band, they've got 30, 40 minutes, maybe someone has enough more than 5 or 6 tracks, depending upon the band. Even your like sub-headlines, only playing for an hour.
Or one if it's a doom band.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. And even, so it's only your headlines that get a really extended slot. And whereas everything else is short, sweet, nothing ever feels like it always stays a welcome, I've seen many bad bands at a festival. But in fact, last year we saw Devil Driver, who kind of weren't bad, but weren't great.
Yeah, they weren't. But I don't know.
It was an off day.
It was an off day, and they were also surrounded by bands that were great.
Yeah,
and it didn't help them out much at all. At the gates and people like that.
Exactly, and because of that, we did went watching all of Devil Driver because it was like 40 minutes long, and like that's a good thing, I think.
You can live with it, kind of.
Yeah,
no, I think that's good. Right, so you can't really control this one.
Go on.
But things I love about festivals is basically good weather and cold beer. So I know that's not in the hands of anyone, but there is nothing quite like sitting in a field or whatever with the music playing, with a nice ice cold beer, with the sun, but like not this heat,
not this,
but with the sun shining down, it's a little piece of heaven.
Yeah,
essentially why we love beer gardens in the UK so much as well, because it's what you wait for. It's the sun is out, everyone's first thought is like, let's have a beer. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, no. Not only do you do that, but you do it while your bands are playing live music in the background and without the daily responsibilities of I've got to get up for work in the morning or anything like that. So it's a perfect little piece of paradise. Yeah, you're absolutely right. When I picture Bloodstock in my head, upcoming Bloodstock, I'm picturing sunny. I'm just picturing maybe sitting on that grass and stuff like that. Yeah. And got a nice beer from the tent. It gets cold. That's what I picture. So it is. Yeah, it's bloody lovely. This is more specific to a small festival because you're not going to really get this at places like Download, but the chance to actually meet bands who were sort of hanging around, that kind of like they're up, even if it's just sort of small time and stuff like that, but you see them maybe walking around if you're in the VIP areas and things like that. That's cool because that's not something that's really possible at a gig. Yeah. Unless you're hanging around outside the back of a venue for an hour and a half or half an hour afterwards, And even then, that always felt a bit stalkerish to me. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's weird. Whereas at a festival, walking up to them because they're standing there having a beer and just going, nice to meet you and stuff like that, always kind of sort of seems cool. Yeah. Just pick your times, Doing the normal, if you walk past the band and then as you walk past, you just say their name, don't you? You go, I don't know, like barbarian hermit.
Yeah.
And you keep on walking.
Like
That's generally how metalheads say hello to each other.
yeah. You know,
Rotting Christ. Carry on walking.
we're both agreeing the fact that we are both not big on going up and meeting your heroes and making a fool of yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to say. But since the interview times, I feel like that's a bit different now.
It is a bit different, yeah. But there's only so much you can say. You know, as much as like Rotting Christ as an example, you know, if I ran into Rotting Christ, what would I have in all honesty to say to him other than I think you guys are really good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I like you a lot. You know, it starts getting weird real quick. So the best thing you can kind of do is just be like, oh, you guys are awesome, shake hands, and move on.
That's it.
That's it, you know, leave no lasting impression. Not just because they might not be as cool as you think you are, but also you're probably not as cool as you think you are.
That's
you know?
a major
what's
one.
Worse is I'm almost thinking it would be worse for... I'd rather I thought Rotting Christ were a bit dickish than for Rotting Christ to go off going, that guy's a knob.
Yeah.
Probably in Greek.
You're calling like security over to come and get you removed.
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. So you know, that's the cool thing about a festival. I think it's often the only real chance.
Merch.
Yep. Oh
I put down the merch basically because going to a festival is generally like my annual clothing shopping. You know, we tend to come back. Like it's not just about the fact that there's merch there because there's merch everywhere, but because it's a festival, because there's 100 bands there, there's a big range of merch from all different sizes and scales of bands. And you know, it is literally like that. It's like, all right, you know, half of the money I bring, I plan to go and buy 10, 12, whatever it might end up being, 6 t-shirts.
Yep.
And I come back, and that's pretty much me done for t-shirts for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
You know, other than other gigs I go to.
Yeah, that's really it, isn't it? Yeah, it's always a great shopping spree. Right. Doesn't happen often, but it is cool when it does. Festival-specific events / sets. Now, you kind of actually touched upon this with Sabaton at Hellfest. But yeah, something that's maybe not something that was unplanned, but maybe something that's planned, like whether it's a specific event, a specific thing they do, a specific set, that are like, okay, we're just doing this for the festival and festival alone.
Yeah.
Because they are just moments in time, you're going to experience it. Even if it's something that randomly happens, like Blind Guardian losing all their equipment.
Yeah.
As stupid as that might seem, because we didn't really get much of a show, it was specific to that, and just things like that. Be it Hell deciding that they're going to put on, even though they're like a fucking middle of the day band, we're going to bring everything anyway. You know, shit like that. Sabaton sub-headlining a few years back played like they were the headliners with what they brought and stuff like that, you know. Shit like that's cool. Yeah.
Special sets and stuff. What have I got left? Beer and food.
Okay.
This is a bit random. Basically what I've said is that put a fat geezer like me in a field, and say there's 3 bars full of beer and 10 shacks full of different types of burgers and wraps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm all over that.
Yeah, I've got something similar, and mine's just modern festival food. That word's very important there because we'll go into more detail about the non-modern side of food on the hate video. But modern festival food, almost every festival and vendor and stuff like that has realised it's no longer acceptable to go, here's some half-cooked chips. That'll be £8, please.
Yeah.
And a wide range of food that's available at fest. Oh, don't get me wrong, you've still got the odd van and place here that you look at and go, nah, I'm all right. And we'll get onto some of them in the hate video. Yeah. But modern, and we're gonna go to the festival we know most, which is Bloodstock, and go, for example, to the food places in there. And I'm gonna give one a shout out because it's basically the place I eat.
I looked at it, I was like, Carl's gonna be happy. It's back.
Yeah, you saw it as well, right? Yeah, Texas Smokehouse.
I will say though on this topic, I think you're more of a connoisseur of the food quality than I am.
Right.
And I don't know if this is like, there's no reason for this, but I'm quite happy to have cheap, shitty food. You know, if the one thing that I always think is missing from every festival is just a good old fashioned industrial estate style snack wagon where I can go up and get a bacon baguette.
Okay, yeah.
Bacon that's been cooked for 7 hours on it.
That's true.
Ketchup to try and hide the taste of the slightly stale bread.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm all right with you know, getting a portion of chips that aren't particularly brilliantly cooked with the shitty liquid cheese poured all over it.
Oh no, he said that.
I'm all right with it. I like, and that's not really what my thing is, because genuinely, I mean, I'm not. You don't really get to my size without being like a little unfussy. You know, but for me, it's just that whole. It's the opposite of a healthy lifestyle, really, isn't it? Because what you're going in is like it's like putting a kid in a candy store and just saying like all around you are things that you like and toys and everything.
Yeah.
So crazy. Except the things that I'm looking at are there's 40 ales over there, there's 6 lagers over there, there's another bar over there. And then in the middle of all of them are loads of different types of burgers and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not like not like a connoisseur in a sense that I'm looking for.
Like you're not looking for sushi and stuff
No,
like that.
I want a burger. I just want a nice burger.
Yeah.
And occasionally, like there's another place there in Bloodstock that does really well is a paella place, which is also back this year. However, they do two types. One is chicken, and we know what the rule is: don't eat fucking chicken. The vegetable one and stuff like that. But basically, the whole thing is modern festival food has got really good.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? Yeah. Right, I've got two more. Oh, this one's. I'll do this one now. Yeah. It's one of the only times, kind of maybe what you consider a holiday as well. One of the only times it's socially acceptable that if you're having a beer, if you get out of your tent first thing in the morning and crack open a beer, ain't no one gonna go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, "Cool," you know. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. I think I've got two left as well. So this is a bit of a strange one, but this is like and this is specific to me.
Yep.
I think, but it might be for other people too. And it's basically the build-up.
Yeah.
So I thought it's a bit of an odd one. But I really enjoy the day before and the day of the festival. I enjoy loading the car, hitting the road, stopping for breakfast, getting shit sorted out, cracking open the first beer or two. You know, and I don't know if it's the excitement or the adrenaline building, but my festival starts pretty much when I start placing items in the boot of the car. Yeah. You know, that's where I start feeling the rush.
No, I think that's cool. I think that's cool.
Know, I'm happy to be up at 6 in the morning. I'm in the car. I'm like, yes.
Yep.
I'm on a fucking holiday. Yeah.
I got one more, but it's really short. So, do you want to do your last one?
What is my last one? All right, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward one. Aside from any other reason for going there, I actually genuinely love camping.
Okay, yeah.
do. I've always been a fan of the outdoors. Always done the army cadet stuff. Always spent a lot of time in tents. So yeah, I don't get to experience it as much as I would like to anymore, but I enjoy waking up early, drinking lukewarm, piss-weak coffee, watching the sunrise over a festival field.
There you go.
Romanticise it.
Right, my last one is simply put, I probably wouldn't be doing festivals anymore if Bloodstock didn't exist. So this one goes out to Bloodstock. Because
to you, baby.
Yeah, exactly that. If it was, there's no other. I've done festivals abroad, Hellfest, and they're a massive undertaking. So they're not something I feel like I could do every year. Download has never got enough to make it worthwhile for me to do a weekend. Yeah. Reading and Leeds, Glastonbury, none of these are going to come up.
Yeah.
Then that's what we're done
really
outdoor.
Like, you know, it's Bloodstock and abroad, isn't it? But like you said, abroad becomes it's not as enjoyable, I don't think, because it is a chore. It's an awful lot of planning. It's a lot of expenses. A lot of, like, you know, talked about I enjoy the trip to Bloodstock. The trip to, say, Hellfest is not going to be as enjoyable.
Eurostar, the Paris Metro, with all your stuff on your back. Yeah. You fly there, but even then you've got to do a plane. Yeah, so there you go. There's 10 things we love about festivals. Of course, we got 10 things we hate about festivals. So make sure you check out that video too. Thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Check out all the other videos.